What does a use of force expert witness actually do? Most people assume it means testifying in court. That is only a small part of it. My name is Josh Logan. I serve as an expert witness in cases involving firearms, self-defense, law enforcement use of force, and high-stress decision-making. I bring over 17 years of combined military and law enforcement experience, and I'm currently in my 20th year of teaching firearms and use of force principles to professionals across the country. My work begins long before anyone walks into a courtroom. When I am retained on a case, I conduct a comprehensive and objective review of all available evidence. That includes body-worn camera footage, surveillance video, dispatch recordings, written reports, photographs, scene diagrams, training records, and when available, forensic data. I analyze each case through three primary lenses. First is human performance under stress. As a force science certified analyst, I evaluate perception, reaction time, attentional focus, memory formation, and physiological limitations during rapidly evolving events. Critical incidents do not happen in slow motion. They unfold in fractions of a second. Understanding what a person can realistically perceive and process in that moment is essential. Second is training standards and accepted practices. Because I've spent 2 decades teaching firearms and use of force at a national level, I evaluate whether the actions taken were consistent with generally accepted training principles and professional standards, not idealized standards. Real world standards that reflect how officers and armed citizens are actually trained. Third is objective reasonableness. Every force case ultimately centers on whether the decision was reasonable based on the totality of the circumstances at that moment. Not hindsight, not frame by frame video review, but a reasonable person would have perceived and decided in real time. My role is not to advocate. My role is to analyze. Sometimes my findings support the retaining party. Sometimes they do not. Credibility matters more than conclusions. When my review is complete, I provide a structured written report that breaks down complex dynamics into language that judges and juries can clearly understand. If the case proceeds to deposition or trial, I provide direct, evidence-based testimony explaining the science, the training standards, and the context of the decision-making. One of the most misunderstood aspects of force cases is context. Force decisions happen under time compression. These are variables that must be considered: distance, movement, lighting conditions, background threats, cognitive load, reactionary gaps, and weapon mechanics. Statistics do not decide these cases. Context does. In addition to criminal matters, I consult on civil litigation involving negligent training, firearms handling, and defensive use of force claims. When retained, I provide a comprehensive case review, written reports, training record analysis, video analysis, deposition testimony, trial testimony, and standards of care evaluation. If you're an attorney handling a case involving a firearm or use of force, I'm available to review the facts and determine whether I can assist. Because in these cases, clarity matters, as does context.